Oh, what's up, party people, and welcome to another fine edition of the Jawsbreakers podcast.
I had no
Jazmin.
idea you did that theme
Oh.
live every
Oh,
single
yeah.
episode.
Every
You
single
just
time.
shred on the guitar,
And-
Bret. Jazmin, your drumming is impeccable. I'm
And
very, very impressed.
Chris,
It's
thank
very
you
realistic.
so much for playing the cowbell. But we do need more of it, in fact.
More. That's all you get for free.
That's your note.
That's all you
okay.
get for
That's
free.
fair. That's totally fair.
We can work something out. Write my agent if you want.
For the
more
price of a
cowbell.
Patreon
See what I can
subscription monthly, you too can have Chris Logan play a cowbell on your podcast recording.
I hear nothing.
I don't think it was really coming through. This is a Scary Funny Shark Show, party people. Okay, I'll stop that.
Yeah, you were about to say his house or something.
Yeah,
like
I was
that?
going to. Okay, now I'm gonna pretend to be the sad, depressed. Wait. I'm gonna pretend to. No. This is a pretend. I'm gonna be the correct depressed person that I normally am. Hey, party people, welcome to the show. My name's Bret. That one over there is my sister Blister from the same mister, allegedly. Jar McGargar. Jazmin, say hi.
Hi, aka Meteor Doll. What's up?
Yeah. We're a serious movie podcast now.
So
So,
serious.
yeah, we're very serious. Why so serious, you ask? Because our esteemed guest has returned from his movie podcast. His name is Chris. Oh my God, I'm Scott Ackerman. God, Chris, welcome back. You've been on the show
Chris
before.
Logan, everybody.
I've never had an
Logan.
introduction quite like that before. That's
He's got
unique.
so many tire irons and so many fires. I mean, like the Ghost Rider machine.
I don't know
is
how to use tire
raising
irons.
hell. It's
Do
totally
they go in the
cool.
fireplace? I don't know.
Yeah.
Good.
He's from the Best of the Rest podcast. That is a hashtag PP podcast, positivity podcast, where they watch, for at the time, not well received comic book movies. And
I'm like a 12-year-old. You just said pee and I just laughed.
you along with your compatriot Andrew share only what you like about the movie and what the movie does well. So you know what, you might watch a movie like the Halle Berry Catwoman movie and be like, God, that was like the worst movie I've ever seen. But you hear these gentlemen talk about it and you're like, you know what, in retrospect, maybe that movie wasn't so bad.
I actually like that movie.
Yeah,
so.
a lot of people come
Wow.
together to make movies, all movies. So like something is bound to go right,
Yeah.
even if ultimately the whole thing doesn't work. If you dig hard enough, you can find something worth praising.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Question mark. That's our mission statement anyway. That's our personal
Question.
challenge. So
Yeah. So
Just
we've
a
been
big old giant
slowly.
question mark.
I've been slowly trying to move Jawsbreakers into more of a hashtag big PP energy zone. But occasionally, like, you know, the bad seeps through. We're a couple of bad eggs.
And you know, that's my fault because
Well-
typically me who has something
Well,
negative
but,
to
like,
say.
really, like, it really hammered it through when that guy from Sharks of the Corn left us a message on YouTube. Like, I really felt bad. Like, to say
Yeah,
someone's acting is
yeah.
bad, like, it happens, right? Like, sometimes performances aren't good. But that made me feel bad because he's like, hey, I wasn't hired to be an actor. They just asked me to do this because they needed someone. So I did it. And like, yeah, man, like, we're sorry.
I mean, I'm not a good actor. I don't claim to
I'm
be.
not.
And when you watch these movies, I don't expect like
I'm
amazing
not going to sit
acting in the
here
first
and
place.
pretend like we're better, right? I'm not going to
No.
pretend like we can do better. We're trying. Like, we are making a movie, me and Jazmin. It's harder than you think, right? Like, of course it is.
I mean, you have all probably seen our little movie trailer, and you can tell that my
Well, hold on now. I think that was real. I think that movie trailer.
my
was really
acting
good.
was not
I think that
me
movie
in
trailers
that
are really
captain
good.
like
And that's-
outfit.
That's why.
we're gonna need a bigger.
That's what sparked
Why
us
would
to
I
do the
remember
movie. It's like,
the
oh yeah, we could do
line?
this. Like, why don't we do this? And my goal my goal is that we are not the bottom of our own shark movie tier list. That is my
No,
goal. If
You know,
But see, we're gonna have to have other people on the show when we do our own movie because we will be exempt. Like, there's no way we can rank it ourselves because we.
let's have
know.
somebody be let's get a different host and a different co-host, and we'll
So Chris
be
Logan,
there.
since we've kidnapped you yet again to perform on, we kidnapped you to watch a movie that we're going to talk about today. But I guess
I'm gonna have to start paying you rent, staying in your basement so much.
No, it's a crawl space. But I appreciate you letting making people think that I live on airs. Basement, silly man. It's just dirt and camel crickets down there. Jazmin, what have you been up to?
Absolutely nothing. Let's go.
Cool. I'm in immense pain because I started today was the first day I had to myself that the weather was also nice at the same time. So I really dug in after work to get started on like cutting back the wisteria and pressure washing things, and my back is destroyed.
Oh, I had some fire alarms put into my house. It turns out I've not had working smoke detectors in my house for like 3 years. So that's cool.
Wow.
Glad you had that taken care of now, though.
Yeah,
You're
I know,
supposed
right?
to check
Much better
like,
about
the
your
batteries every quarter or something.
Okay, so we have a really old security system, and I had no idea, but they were apparently the fire alarms were wired to the old security system, and we didn't know when we turned that security system off.
So what did you think the security? Never mind. I don't want to get into it.
I don't expect fire alarms to be.
Did you never think to
into
check the batteries of them? You just thought that they were good for 5 years.
I don't think about it.
Oh God,
Chris. I also have to get. I'm also getting my AC fixed tomorrow. I have no AC right now, so that's fun too.
Oh, it's so hot outside and beautiful 68
it's
degrees.
Like, well,
Chris,
it's like 80 degrees in my
life
house.
update. Go.
Oh, life is going well.
Really left us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I
thought
he
was
gone
just
either
say
way.
going, and that was it.
You know what? That would have been a great segue. That would have been a great cliffhanger. It'd be like, life is going. Find out this week on Best of the Rest podcast. And then Best of the Rest picks up and he goes,
well,
pretty good. Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
It's all right. It's all right.
So Bret and Chris, we watched a movie.
We watched a movie.
And what movie was it?
I don't know.
Chris?
I watched Shark in Venice.
Or Sharks in Venice?
Which I often call Sharks in Venice, but the title screen says Shark in Venice.
It's Shark in Venice, yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
There's multiple sharks in the movie, though. It's
there is.
One shark.
Well, they can't prove that. Do we ever see them all at the same time?
I mean, they had some in the canals, and then they had some that the guy had in like these containers. It was like, oh, I don't want to spoil. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah.
Google says this movie's called Shark in Venice. Is this one of those weird mandala effects? Like, because I could have sworn it was Sharks in Venice. I could have sworn.
It's just nice to say Sharks in Venice, not
maybe
Shark
Stephen Baldwin is the titular Shark in Venice. Did you think about that? Makes you think. Things that make you go,
Things that make you go, Yeah, so we watched Shark in Venice. And Chris, you were the lovely gentleman to have on. Jazmin, who else was there watching us? We got to give them our undying love and affection and tell them all that we're going to marry them.
1 second.
This is us proposing.
I'll marry one of them.
Well, you're already married to one of them. That doesn't count. Will you remarry her?
I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. I'll do it again.
I'll do it. Threaten her with love.
So
you can't. What? You gonna redo your vows? To include I do solemnly make her vows. I do solemnly swear to download and listen to every podcast, rate, review, like every YouTube video and Instagram and Twitter post, and all your guest appearances on other podcasts as well. It should be
contractually obligated.
Yeah. Jazmin, have you left our show or review? I mean, you're biased, but
yeah, I think I rated it.
Yeah, she thinks. Cool. When's the last time you liked or shared a post
you asked
from
her to do
Jawsbreakers?
Something, and now you're asking like
any
5
of
additional
the social
questions.
media
She's in the middle
accounts.
of finding out who was watching the movie with us.
Who was watching the movie with us, Jazmin?
I sent it to you.
Me?
Yes.
You can't talk? Big shout outs to Skillet, Captain Stubbs 1, Crimson Mage, Clation. Wow, you just sent me. Oh, Nanook. You sent me a screenshot of pictures of people.
Like, I don't know how Discord works.
Are you serious?
I don't know how Discord works. I
Open
literally
your fucking
screenshotted
notes folder in your phone and type down people's fucking names.
I just took the snippet straight from the Discord.
Thank you so much, Skillet. Thank you so much, Captain Stubbs. Thank you so much, Crimson Mage. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nanook. Thank you so much, Clation. Thank you so much, Chris Logan's wife, friend of the show, officially. If we missed you, it's Jazmin's fault. But don't forget,
you told me
we also love you,
I don't know
and
how
we
Discord
also
works.
and we
I'm
love
sorry.
you, and we're in love with you, and we're gonna marry you. You don't get a choice. You get a say. That's the cost. That's the Jawsbreakers cost. So I've always said that.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, and speaking of people that joined us, big shout outs to friend of the show, Chris Logan's wife, for winning the copy of Shark Attack, which I forgot to bring on the show, but hang on a second.
Oh, the audio listeners are gonna be so bummed that you didn't bring a copy of the movie to describe, describe the box art to people.
I mean, we could. I mean, go ahead, Chris. You got it.
It's in a blue rectangular case.
I'm back. I forgot proof of
That's
life.
All I need to know.
So when you have a hostage situation, you always got to send someone a finger. So like here's the finger. The Sharks collection, the 4-film Shark collection featuring Shark Attack 1, 2, 3, and Shark Zone. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brad. Gotta get out of that Shark Zone.
And a couple of little extra goodies in there as well.
Get in the zone.
So thank you, Chris Logan's wife. We love you. We're in love with you, and we're going to marry you. Sorry about your luck, Chris.
More the merrier.
Welcome to the Shark Cult. Jazmin.
Yeah.
Chris.
So
I think I've been procrastinating long enough. I think we have to talk about.
We do. And do you want me to start with some facts?
Shark in Venusia. Is that how you say that?
If you want to be offensive to an entire nation of people, sure.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Mm-hmm. What are they going to do? Come get me? They're going to take away my spaghetti? Let's see them try.
Hey, Jazmin, hit us with some facts.
Hi, I'm going to hit you with some facts. So we watched Shark in Venice. It is a 2008 movie, about an hour and a half long, rated R. So I don't know why it's rated. Yeah, it's rated R. I don't know why it's rated R, but it's rated R. It was specifically released in October 6th, 2008. And I didn't know this, but apparently the location that they filmed was in Bulgaria.
Wasn't in Venice.
What?
I couldn't tell.
I can't believe it.
I looked it up and it said location, Bulgaria. We did see a lot of green screen though when they were on the
boat tour in the canals.
What's the specific word for it? The
boat scene.
Gondolas. The gondolas.
Yeah.
There was a lot of green screen happening. So yeah, apparently it was in Bulgaria. This movie was directed by Danny Lerner, who you might know from movies like Automata. What?
I'm just laughing because they flew all of these American actors to Bulgaria to film this movie and green screen stuff from Venice to a place that's only 15 hours from actual Venice.
I'm sure it costs a lot of money to film in Venice.
I'm sure it probably does, but it's just that's just funny to me. The whole time the whole cast is probably like, we should be hanging out in Venice, but Bulgaria.
It probably does cost a lot of more money, seeing as how there's probably a bunch of rules and regulations with the canals.
I'm sorry, Bulgaria. I'm sure you're a lovely place to visit. It's encompassed by the Black Sea. What a more metal place to have a shark movie. Why don't they just do it Shark and Black Sea? Blackened Seas. Trademark. I have that. That's mine now. Don't you touch it. Jazmin, We're going to Bulgaria. Looking at plane tickets.
Continuing on. Like I said, this movie was directed by Danny Lerner. You might know him from the movie Automata or Replicant. There's also Olympus Has Fallen and Killing Season. I don't know any of these movies, but if you've seen them...
Replicants is a Keanu Reeves movie, actually. So that's somewhat high profile, yeah.
Well, he directed those other films, so if he had Keanu Reeves in there, I mean, I guess I need to put it down on my watch list.
I'm not going to, but go ahead.
Okay. The story was written by Les Weldon and of course
who?
The director.
Wait, stop. Who?
Les Weldon.
Oh, I thought you said Logan. I was like, Chris, you've been holding out on us, you bastard.
Why do you think I wanted you to cover this movie?
I know you got a man on the inside, or maybe it's you with like a fake mustache over your real mustache.
I don't know if that would make sense, but absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is going to come out with his own movie. And, Chris, before you do that, please make sure that we are involved. I want to be
just
co-star.
Don't start filming it after we started filming ours and then finish yours before we finish ours, because that'll make us look really bad.
So I got to wait for you to finish before I start mine?
Yes. Or at least don't finish yours until we finish ours.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
Makes tons of sense. Anyways, continuing on. Oh, we're really dragging this episode out.
Do you know
out
how
today,
hard it is to find plane tickets from West Virginia to Bulgaria? Harder than you think.
Why are you all of a sudden looking up tickets to Bulgaria?
Because we're going to film a movie called Blackened Seas. Get with the program. Oof. Ooh, you want to know what that round trip is?
Seas, that's your name?
Yeah, because it's encompassed by the Black Sea.
Is it a shark movie?
Well, of course. With pirates.
You gotta get some sharks. Yeah, the title has to tell you what it is. What about Red Blood in the Black Sea?
Red Blood.
Ooh,
that's the tagline underneath Blackened Seas.
Okay.
Also,
I'm just seeing a lot of
a
like
period
capital C.
Period piece with pirates. Because how many period pieces with pirates have you seen? With
how many P's
like every pirate movie
you're gonna use?
There's no dedicated shark movie that is literally just about pirates and colonial times and stuff like that. There's not a single one that exists. Prove me wrong.
Someone look up shark pirates and see if there's a movie about shark pirates.
Guess how much these round trip tickets are. Actually. Person who's closest to it wins the ticket to go film this movie that we're going to green screen later and say we're at.
They did a lot of green screen on this.
$1,200. Jazmin, what's your guess?
I'm going to say 16.
Chris Logan is technically closer at 1347 round trip. So,
all right, Chris. Now you get to be the co-host. So you want to tell me who was some of the main stars in this movie?
We're remote, so
the lead of this movie is the one, the only Stephen Baldwin. You know him, you love him.
Baldwin.
One of the four Baldwin brothers. I will give each of you 13. I will pay your round trip if you can name all four Baldwin brothers without looking it up right now.
Alec.
I got it.
One.
Steven.
Mr. Baldwin. Mr. Baldwin,
Mr.
Baldwin, and Mr.
You're disqualified.
Baldwin.
Yeah. We don't do sarcasm on this podcast.
They're all Mr. Baldwins, though.
Alec, Steven.
That's one. That's two.
Is there a Frank?
Ben.
David.
Damn it.
Michael.
All right. I'm not paying for any plane tickets. You got Alex, Steven, Daniel, and Billy Baldwin.
I knew there was a B in there. I said Ben, but yeah I knew Billy Baldwin.
There you go. Steven is the youngest and possibly the most talented. I don't know. If you ask his wife, she'll probably say yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and he was the main character of Shark in Venice. You might know him from some other movies called Biodome. You also have Fred Claus. He was also in The Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas.
American classics all the way around.
And The Usual Suspects. So if you've seen any of those movies, you know exactly who we're talking about.
By the way, Stephen Baldwin, spelled exactly the same, is also the name of a West Virginia state senator. So how do you like that for full circle?
Have you ever seen him in the same room at the same time?
Based on pictures, they are not the same person.
It's called makeup, dude. He's an actor.
I guess so. He just disappeared into this role.
Does he also like tight gray shirts?
Let's find out. This is only a picture of his. No,
that was his uniform in this movie.
That was literally. If you guys watch this movie with us or have seen this movie.
Looks like
that guy. He was wearing constantly a gray white shirt and it was tight.
tight.
Whether he was running,
show them
sleeping,
nips, baby.
Swimming, always had the shirt on.
They're like, man, we paid to have a trainer come out and make him do 100 push-ups a day. We're gonna show it off.
Well, the thing is, in some scenes, it looked like he had like a wife beater, like a white tank top underneath his shirt, and then in other scenes he didn't have one, and his nips were just like, boop.
It's because like the wife beater helps compress boobage. So if you had too many hot dogs at the craft services table, he can, you can pack those puppies in. That's what that is.
Oh,
it's a real thing.
Hollywood tip.
Little tip.
Oh, thank you for that.
Like a girdle for men.
Hey, so what rating do you think IMDb gave this movie out of 10? Can we get any guess-a-roonies?
Chris, give us a guess. You're our guest.
Oh, you're close.
I'm gonna guess 2.7. No, wait, 2.9. Price is right.
It was a 2.5 out of 10. So Chris Logan automatically wins. He's now the host.
I was gonna say, is he now the host of my show? So wait, he has your share as the co-host. Now he has
from co-host. Now I'm host.
He's just gonna have all the
host and the co-host. It's a solo podcast now, Chris. All right, let's Jazmin, you and me. We'll both shut the fuck up. Chris, this is your show.
This is what it is.
No.
He owns the podcast, and we just do all of his work for him.
Oh, he's our benefactor. So he pays for all of our equipment and our business trips.
No, we pay for everything. He just gets all the money.
That doesn't
earn.
That is not how employment works, Jazmin. I think you've been employed wrong.
I think he just owns the podcast now. It's just what it is.
All your Patreon money belong to me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. All $15 a month, baby. Thanks, Mom.
Anyway, it also got a 63% of Google users like this movie, and I did not see any other ratings.
63% is more than half.
I know.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
got pretty good ratings compared to IMDb.
If that's 4 people that took the time to rate the movie, that still counts. Did it say how many people rated it? I'm gonna go look.
I don't know.
I can't trust your judgment anymore.
When you look it up on Google, it just instantly tells you how many, like the percentage.
Where?
I am clicking like right now. I have officially liked this.
Oh, I see Google. It. 63. It does not say how many users. That's what I was curious.
No, it doesn't say.
I also clicked the like button.
We can only hope that we get half that percentage.
We can excuse me. We can only hope that it's Googleable.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great.
That's a shark in Venice.
What does it say?
It says sharks with an S.
It says sharks. So I'm not crazy.
What the hell? But they can't even decide what the movie's called.
Maybe both are acceptable. Maybe it's like shark parentheses with an S.
Yeah.
I think
it's a silent. It's a silent. You can either say it with an S or it can be silent.
I think this movie has a actually decent premise. It's such an obvious place for a shark movie, right? Venice, the underwater city, Atlantis, as some have been known to call it. Just now.
And so, Bret, why don't you tell us what this movie was about?
I was literally doing that before you just steamrolled me and made me stop dead in my tracks.
Do more. Say more.
Oh, okay. So I first heard about this movie approximately last year when Chris Logan told me about it. So very seldom does someone suggest to me a shark movie to put on our list that I haven't already heard. And this is one of the rare exceptions where I had not heard of this one. And I was very pleased to it. And Chris said, hey, I have to be on the show for when we watch this. And I said, okay, I will gladly have you back.
Even though I volunteered to be on the episode, you still found it necessary. Sneak into my house, middle of the night, capture me with your chloroform rag and your gag ball that wasn't necessary. Wake up in your crawl space.
It was clean though.
I am so sorry. I
it?
Was forced to be a part of that, and I'm just letting you know I did not want to be a part of that.
No.
And he's the mastermind.
And insult to injury, we're having Chris Logan's wife hold your microphone right now. That's why it's blurred, so we can't see her look of disdain.
She's very supportive of my hobbies
and of your microphone.
Yeah, my hobby is podcasting. We're making the same joke here.
Oh yeah, right. So approximately 1985, I was born, and then approximately 35 years after that, I heard about this movie. And then a year after that, I watched this movie. And it takes place, and it's about a guy, imagine, if you will, Venice. And a couple of guys go scuba diving with snorkels, but they can still talk to each other through unknown means. And then they get attacked by sharks. And then Stephen Baldwin is a professor.
Well, let's not forget the reason he goes to Venice is because he finds out that his dad has gone missing. And what happened to his dad? I don't know. The movie
he went looking for treasure. No, he wasn't looking for treasure. The whole point of the movie is his dad, as a professor, was looking for treasure. And then he went missing.
And then what happened to him?
And then Steve Baldwin was like, "Oh, my dad's missing. I have to go find him."
Someone comes up to him after a class and was like, "Steven, I don't know how to tell you this, but your dad's dead." And he's just like,
he showed like no emotion. Let's be real. There was like no emotion there.
He was stunned. Okay. So different people compute grief in different ways, Jazmin. That is the mark of a true actor right there. He didn't give us the full.
So basically, David Franks, that's who Steve Baldwin plays, and his wife Laura, played by Vanessa Johansson.
Johansenberg.
She joins him to help locate her.
So they go to Venice, and the police are very confrontational about it. And they're like, "There's no, we don't know where your dad is or whatever." And he's like, "Give me." For some reason, there's a time limit on it. He's like, "Give me 48 hours to find my dad." And they're like, "Okay, but we're watching you." And we're like, he hasn't really done anything wrong, right? Like, he's just looking for his dad. So he goes scuba diving. He gets attacked by sharks. He gets his leg bitten, and then finds a cave full of treasure because, of course.
Let's keep in mind that he does get attacked by the shark. Like, there's an image of his whole body getting bit by a shark, yet literally the only thing that you can see is like this little red mark on his shoulder.
And then in the cave, it's like so dark you can't actually see anything, and he's kind of limping. But he was like, "I was attacked by I was bitten by a shark." But then in like the next scene, he's kind of like, he wakes up in like a hotel room, and he's fine after that. He can like.
Well, he has to stop talking because he's on the radio with his fiance.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I'm not to let you go. I've been bit by a shark and I'm bleeding. I can't talk."
That's right.
And then
let's keep in mind that Laura's they have freaking sonar to like detect like sharks and fishes and stuff, and she ain't detecting shit.
That's true.
Like, that's the worst detecting.
So the chosen one, Stephen Baldwin, finds the treasure, and turns out there is a mysterious benefactor who they showed us at the very beginning of the movie.
The mafia.
Yeah, basically they give us a full flashback sequence where they blew 2/3 of the budget of the movie, I suspect, where we're in a castle and we're with knights and we're seeing sword fighting and
here's
cavalry.
Where the R rating comes in. Now that I think about it, people get their limbs cut off here,
and they get beheaded. Like, there's dead children laying around.
Basically, they're talking about the history of the treasure that everybody wants, that Stephen Baldwin has stumbled upon.
That, to be fair, nobody knew about, except for like the mafia. Basically, the mafia is the one looking for the treasure.
Mafia and his dad.
They're the one. The dad was working for the mafia. That was the benefactor. Whether he knew that or not is beside the point. Apparently, the only people that knew about it were the mafia and the people the mafia hired to help them get this done. And then also the mafia put the fucking sharks in the water because
why not?
Because why not? Because there are too many tourists around. Because so many tourists are scuba diving in muddy water Venice. No offense, Venice. Don't get mad at me.
It's not muddy. It's algae.
Okay, but fine. Like, there's so many. Can you book a snorkeling tour in Venice, and would you accidentally find an underwater cave that you would come up into and then where the treasure is? Like, madness. He created
now that I've seen this documentary, I might go and try that.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so actually, I did some research, and most people are not allowed to swim in the canals in Venice. Like, there's kind of like a law where you're not supposed to go do that, but sometimes, people will.
So the fact that he put all these sharks in Venice to keep the tourists away from the treasure is madness. And
well, it is because that there are sharks in Venice.
Because Stephen Baldwin knows where the treasure is, he gets strong-armed.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Brett, let me go back a second. Jazmin, are you telling me like IRL, there's sharks in Venice?
Yeah, there have been actual shark attacks.
No.
In the canals. Yeah, no, they made a
I want sources.
They're small. It wasn't like any large shark or anything like that, but there have been cases.
There's like little dog sharks that are like 3 feet long.
There have been
shark
cases.
Is a shark.
A shark is a shark, and
Not
there have been cases where they've been
those
bitten.
Things are more like
and there are
skates.
Sharks in Venice, maybe not like a whole bunch in the canals, but they have all sorts of sharks, like tiger sharks.
I'm gonna try and see if I can
that actually like to live in the murky water.
Hold on.
So that's one of the reasons why
I'm going to Reddit right now. I'm gonna find someone from Venetia, and we're gonna find out.
I did my research.
I want to see your fucking sources because I don't believe you one fucking second.
All right, hold on.
Anyway,
I'll bring up my sources. Hold on, I'll bring it up.
Anyway, Stephen Baldwin, famous West Virginia state senator, is offered a ton of money. He gets a percentage of however much this is worth. I forget how many millions of dollars it is. This treasure. All he has to do is take the mafia dudes back to it and show them where it's at. And eventually he refuses, and he tells his fiance, "Oh, let's just enjoy Venice while we're here," forgetting the fact that his dad is still missing. Of course, she gets kidnapped and slapped around.
Hang on. Before she gets kidnapped, you're skipping over my literal favorite scene.
I apologize.
And that's where Stephen Baldwin and his fiance are seeing the sights, and they're walking through this market, which is clearly actually in Venice. It's clearly really in Venice. And he will point to different landmarks, and he'll be like, "Hey, there's that crazy tower." And then it shows like handheld footage of stock footage in Venice. They're like, "Oh, look at that building," and then it shows stock footage of Venice. And then there's clearly not actually a market around them, because they'll say things like, "Oh, look, there's some more beautiful things." What kind of dialogue is that?
Oh, and the whole chase scene. We skipped over that. There was like that whole chase scene with guns and motorcyclists.
Jazmin, did your research mean like at any point say there's sharks in Venice Beach? Because that's in Florida.
Oh no, I'm looking at Italy Canals, updated with 1954, 1961, and 2020.
Italy
articles.
Canals, Florida.
No. There are articles.
Oh my god.
Shark bites 2 anglers from Chioggia. I can't pronounce it. Chioggia. And then in 2020, a old lady, a 60-year-old French-Italian woman claimed to be bitten by a small shark while swimming along the Marazzi Beach.
Mm-hmm. It was probably like her son in a little shark mask.
You are likely to encounter several species of shark in the canals, which include the tiger shark, mako shark, hammerhead shark, great white shark, and the bull sharks. In the rivers in Venice, you might come face to face with bull sharks. They're usually found in the rivers, canals, and the ocean. I mean,
yeah, but not in Venice.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't there be? They're freaking surrounded by a freaking ocean. Why wouldn't there be sharks? They are.
They aren't. We're gonna fight over this.
Why wouldn't there be sharks where there's open ocean that would?
I just gotta say, I love that, Bret. You're like, all right, look, for Jawsbreakers, Jazmin, I want you to just do some research and find some interesting facts. And then she finds them like, wait, that's too interesting. Hang on. There's no way that's right.
I'm telling you, why wouldn't there be sharks in these canals? Like, if they're connected to like the ocean, there would be cases of sharks going into the water.
This is a fact-checking podcast.
And bull sharks
I will not stand for your hashtag fake
some
news.
bull sharks do like murky water, and they will go wherever.
I literally just Googled, are there sharks in Venice? And the very first thing says fact. We're not going to need a bigger boat, but it's true. There are finally confirmed sightings of leopard sharks cruising through the Venice Canal.
They're just little babies.
It's
little
a shark.
It doesn't matter. A shark is a shark, and a shark attack is a shark attack.
I can't deal with either of you.
Just because it's not a level 10 shark attack does not minimize the fact that it was a shark attack.
You know what? Is this just pile on Bret time?
If you were bitten by a shark, you'd be like, I had a shark attacked me.
No, I would put that on my Tinder.
Downplay the situation.
I would put that on my Tinder profile. Bitten by a shark and lived to survive.
But you wouldn't downplay the fact that you got bitten by a shark. A shark attack is still a shark attack, no matter what shark it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to your TED Talk.
Thank you.
I'm gonna find this podcast
correct.
I'm gonna find your podcast, Jawsbreakers, on iTunes and put a thumbs down on it. What's next in this movie? I forgot. I don't even remember.
All right, so she gets kidnapped.
She gets kidnapped.
They had the big chase scene through the market.
Motorcycles and some explosions and
the other half of the budget that was left over after the.
Well, it was a lot of repeated scenes too. Like they took some of the motorcycle scenes and they just replayed them.
The set was clearly one alleyway. And then they just kept running down the entire time over and over again. It was always the same.
Yeah, I like how he would get so far ahead of the criminals that he could hide in the shadows. And then they had no idea where he was. And then he decided to push a bunch of boxes over on top of them or something, even though he could have just stayed there and hid. And then he ran back through the same hallway and was confronted with a motorcycle that was compelled to do wheelies.
2 motorcycles.
You know what? I really like how they also reused some of the running scenes. Like he bumped into a lady halfway during running once. Or no, some bad guys bumped into a lady while they were running after him. And they literally showed that scene twice, which I thought was very funny.
That's what we were just saying, that they repeated a bunch of scenes.
Yeah, no, I was just also adding on. Jeez, I'm so sorry.
Jeez Louise. And basically the mafia is like, we kidnapped your wife. You need to go diving and show us where this treasure is. If you don't, we'll murder her.
Right.
So he does.
And then, dun, 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 big twist and reveal. The cop lady is working with the mafia all along.
And her name is Hilda van der Molen. She played Sophia Toddy, the blonde police officer.
The hottie toddy.
Okay.
It's a hot toddy.
But
yeah,
double twist. She ends up betraying the mafia.
No,
they went too far.
Yeah,
they went too far. Like whatever her percentage was, it wasn't enough. She was.
I know you were the mafia, but I didn't know you kill people.
Right.
I'm worried.
I know. I like. Okay. Did you watch The Ring?
Focus is bad.
Did you watch The Ring?
Yes.
Like a week ago.
Which one?
7 days. No, we're not going to sum up.
I can't. I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna.
Okay, do your thing. It would not be a Jawsbreakers show without some technical problems, right? Like Jazmin, what kind of technical problems did we have when we watched the movie last weekend? What was our big problem then?
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Aha! I'm now in focus.
Questionable.
Audio listeners are relieved.
Jazmin, what
was
the technical issues we suffered last week?
We didn't really have that many last week.
Well, I do recall that you were watching the movie and listening to the movie on 2 separate devices.
Yes.
And one of those devices.
I don't think that there was a problem with that.
We had to try and listen to the movie, and Chris and anyone else who actually said anything, via Jazmin's cell phone.
And then my phone totally didn't die.
And then her phone dies with 20 minutes left to go in the movie.
And so I couldn't hear anything,
and
but Bret could because he put his headset in.
Somebody got a disease from our mom called "I need to clean this house immediately and not think about it twice." And she's like, "I don't know whose equipment this is. aka the headphones and the splitter jack we use. I don't know what this is for, but apparently it belongs to Goodwill now. So
I had gotten rid of two of my headsets, and I think that the Bret's headset got mixed.
Somehow you're like, this isn't mine, but it's in my house. I'm getting rid of it.
I have a place where I kept all the old headsets, and I was just cleaning through them out and all the wires and stuff. Yeah, and I was
Jazmin, I've purchased 2 more splitters. Now I'm going to put one of them in your house and bring the other one with me next time we stream, since you're going to throw it in the trash, I'm assuming.
Okay.
And
if for anybody who's worried, I did pay Bret back.
I don't have time for this cheap chat, which is a reference from the movie. I'm too much of a bad boy, which is also a reference from the movie.
Anyways, basically the ending of the movie, Stephen Baldwin finds the treasure. You know, there's some more gunfights happening. The mafia wants to murder Steve Baldwin. And then the mafia guy and Steve Baldwin have some fighting. Can I talk to you over here
for a second?
Yeah, man.
And, they start fighting.
I often hear people refer to
a huge the bad raid boy of ends up happening.
Comic movie book?
And
comic book movie.
It's very crazy. You know, the raid that happens.
Yeah,
it's just insane. There's like 50 people just shooting
some
at each
refer to
other.
Me as the bad boy of shark movie podcasts.
Chris went.
I was thinking together we could be the bad boys of movie podcasts. You got comic book movies, I got shark movies. What else is there?
Yeah, that covers like 98% of cinema. I really don't know what's
left. What is even the other 2%?
Hey, you guys forget that we were, doing podcasts about Shark in Venice.
We're literally talking about podcasts while you talk about Sharks in Venice. That's fine. Shark in Venice. What the fuck is that thing in the background of your room? What the hell is that terrifying
I have found myself looking at that more than I've looked at Jazmin.
I have found
she's talking. You make eye contact. And I'm looking at like this wooden thing with googly eyes.
What is that?
This guy?
What is that?
It's a
sex
it looks
toy?
like a stuffed animal bong.
It's a robot. It's Giant Marty, the robot.
I thought where it says Giant Marty, I thought that was its mouth just going.
No, he's got a.
Until you held up to the camera, I thought it was a ukulele with googly eyes stuck.
I didn't want to say what I.
Okay, my friend Michael used to work at a grocery store, and apparently this grocery store had a mascot, and they thought that it would be a good idea for a grocery store to have, plushies of said mascot. And I told him to give me one. And
it worked for Raising Cane's.
This is
I was surprised that a grocery store had a mascot.
So, Chris, do you think we should have a plushie mascot?
Here's the thing. I live in Texas. There's
Don't reveal that to people. They'll find you.
Yeah, it's a small state. You can walk right up to my door. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
There's a very popular grocery chain out here called HEB, and they have a mascot called HE Buddy. It's a big bag of groceries, and you can get a stuffed.
It's terrible.
HE Buddy. And it's just now dawning on me that like if I had that to show you guys or someone from out of state saw it, they'd be like, what the hell is that thing?
So I know like a lot of Asian markets and stuff, they'll have like their own kind of like mascots. A lot of stores typically do. But it's just a random grocery store in Pennsylvania. So I was like, I want to see what this looks like. So he sent me one, and he doesn't even work at that grocery store anymore, but
I like it. It's a good story.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now Bret is showing us a stuffed animal.
My brand new stuff.
Oh, hold on. If we're showing another stuffed animal, I got a brand new.
Welcome back to Talking Stuffies, the show all about stuffed animals and how unique they are and the stories behind them.
Fan of the show, my girlfriend.
I got Finley the shark.
Yeah, that's old though. I just got this, so you already had your show and tell. Now it's my turn. Anyway,
it's Finley the shark.
So Stephen Baldwin goes and with a bunch of bad guys, and apparently Batman is stuck with justice and vengeance.
You guys were listening, but I kind of skimmed over that.
Stephen Baldwin and the bad guys go looking for a treasure, and of course they have to fight sharks, and some reason they gave Stephen Baldwin the explosive-filled spear gun, which
he blows the fuck out of that shark.
Yeah, probably, arguably the coolest part of the movie, which we don't support the killing of sharks at all. Even though they, we're a shark exploitation movie podcast, but
it's okay if it's a movie.
It's fake. So why didn't they have these? You're standing on the precipice of making like however many millions of dollars. Spend a couple extra dollars to outfit all of your divers with explosive spear guns, and then go get your treasure. Why are you only giving one to Stephen Baldwin, who's the person who you're forcing to go?
Snorkel and goes.
So him and another bad guy managed to get into the cave, which was very funny because as the bad guy crawls out, like a shark comes up into the portal, and we see it like the porthole, and he's like,
and then goes back down.
Gave him the stank eye, and then just really like power pointed his way back to the water and faded away.
Here's the real question, Brett. Why doesn't the mafia go scuba diving and find the treasure for themselves? Why don't they do that?
Because they can't find it. They need Stephen Baldwin because he's the only one who knows.
He's the one with the knowledge. Because remember, his dad looked like some type of
the general area. He's also right?
Well, okay, so
they know that. Hold on, hold on. They know the general area of where the treasure is, right? And then to keep people away from finding the treasure before them, they put all the sharks in the water.
They made it difficult for themselves. Is what I'm saying. If they had not put sharks in there, they could just go looking as long as it takes until
there
was
too many tourists around. I could not afford them finding the treasure, so I put my little babies in the river, the Venetian Canals. Hey, Jazmin, are you into Canal?
I feel like this is somehow inappropriate, so I'm gonna move
they have
on.
Canals and Venice. Venice.
So basically, the mafia is like, we're gonna betray Steve Baldwin because we're the mafia. Kill him, and then there's this huge gunfight, and Stephen Baldwin ends up getting away.
There's a huge gunfight. It goes on for a long.
I was talking about earlier. There was a huge raid. While he was fighting the main mafia guy, and there was like 50 of them with all their fake guns. You had like the police on one side and the mafia
and propelling in on their ropes.
I have a question about this. So Stephen Baldwin takes the other bad guy, shows him the treasure. That bad guy betrays him and is going to kill him, which in the cave for some reason, I don't know why. He gets into a fight with a guy. He kills him, right? I can't remember exactly.
He kills him. The guy kills himself. The cave is booby trapped.
Yeah,
and
doesn't
the
it
guy
blow up?
Pulls on this lever in this
That's
gate.
right. And the
falls
booby
down
traps
and stabs him in the face.
Which, if they finally work, because when Stephen Baldwin trips all those traps, all those things just happen right in front of him, so they don't actually hurt him.
Did the treasure actually end up getting blown up afterwards?
No, I think it's still down there. Yeah, because Stephen Baldwin comes back and gets into a fight with the bad guys and
the mafia boss,
and they.
And I do not know which guy. I don't remember the name.
Here's the thing.
Mafia boss.
Here's the thing. So Stephen Baldwin comes back. He's gonna shoot his girlfriend. Blah blah blah. Cop lady decides to intervene and be like, "You've gone too far." That's when all the cops burst in and they start this huge gunfight. And Stephen Baldwin takes advantage of the distraction, and they start this, they start fighting, right?
In his tight gray shirt.
And then they fall into the water. They fall into the water, and they're fighting in the water, underwater, for about 20 minutes while a gunfight is happening above them. Neither of these guys needed to breathe. And of course, Mafia guy gets eaten by his babies.
His shark. A shark.
I just wanted to stress how long this fist fight under the water took. Because it seems like it took a very long time.
This was a very long scene of them fighting and then the raid happening all at the same time.
Chris, if we're ever in a fight and we know that there's shark-infested waters, and during the fight we fall into the water, I think me and you would be able to set our differences aside enough to get out of the water. We're in a fight, we don't like each other, but neither of us want to die per se, so... let's get out of the water and then we'll finish our business.
You gotta do a risk reward calculation real fast.
Yeah,
figure that out.
I feel like a lot of supervillains don't really take that into account, right? Like sometimes you gotta know when to cut bait. Ooh, shark pun.
So basically, at the end of the movie, the police get all the bad guys. The mafia boss is dead, and freaking Steve Baldwin pulls out this huge necklace and gives it to his fiance from the treasure, and so they talk about getting married. going on their honeymoon, and then the movie basically ends.
Hey, what did she say about the honeymoon though?
I don't remember.
Where do they not want to go?
Texas Steakhouse. Jazmin, what are you guessing? Where do they not want to go for their honeymoon? I'm going to say the Chinese buffet.
Hawaii?
I forget that her phone died, and I guess y'all didn't hear this joke. But
yeah, I don't think we heard this.
We don't want to go to Venice.
Even though they're in Venice. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, they're not going to go back.
Let's go to Bulgaria.
It looks remarkably similar.
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it. That was the movie.
Sharks in Venice.
Oh, but the last shot is like overlooking Venice, and in the water there is a shark fin sticking out of the water.
Oh,
definitely not floating on top of the water. It definitely doesn't move with every wave. It is 100% attached to a real shark.
Of course it is. It looked believable to me.
But wasn't there also another scene too where a shark was jumping out or something? I think we missed it though because we had the Discord up.
Who can remember?
Who can remember? That's it.
What a movie! What a time!
I'm
sorry, Chris. Are we boring you?
Oh no!
Yeah, no.
Look, I've had an exhausting week in your cross face here.
I caught you yawning, and I called you.
Don't
do it again.
Asleep. Something crawls across my face.
Just for that, no fish heads for you for dinner. I'm sorry.
So,
just the tails.
Do you guys
just the tails.
Want to do the rating, or do you want to do the quiz first?
Rating first, quiz last.
Yeah, we need to put it on our shark movie tier list
before we have dessert.
Let me bring up the current shark movie tier list, the unquestionable shark movie tier list, as it were. I challenge you, dear listener, to find another podcast that's watched more shark movies and then also rank them. You can't do it. Starting at number 1 on our shark movie tier list is, I'm going to say it one more time, shark movie tier list, 47 Meters Down. Number 2, 47 Meters Down Uncaged.
Oh, yeah.
3,
wow. I haven't heard this list since y'all watched the second one. So, but 1 and 2, like that franchise is just number 1 for you guys.
So far.
Oh, yeah.
So far. Especially, we've said from the very beginning that our favorite was 47 Meters Down, the first one. And then we watched the second one and it was pretty good. Well, it's great. Like, honestly, I love 47. I love them both. I just like the first one better than the second one. So anyway,
agreed.
We don't need to relitigate this. Number 3, Six-Headed Shark Attack. Number 4,
Crab
Shark Attack, 1999. Number 5, The Reef. Number 6, House Shark. Number 7, Ouija Shark. Number 8, Sharktopus. Number 9, Santa Jaws. Number 10, Empire of the Sharks and Sharks of the Corn. It's a tie. Number 11, Planet of the Sharks. Number 12, Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Number 13, Avalanche Sharks. Number 14, Jurassic Shark. Number 15, Ice Sharks. Number 16, Virus Shark.
Virus Shark.
Chris, that was the last episode you were on. We all the way at the
heck of a movie, you guys.
It does qualify as a movie.
Yep.
So we do our movie ranking tiers on a scale here. We have the eye roll meter, we have brutality, and we have the cheesy factor, and all of these things are subjective and unquestionably scientific. Jazmin, Shark in Venice, where does this rank on your eye roll meter scale?
Eye roll meter scale. I would give it like a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. I'm gonna give this,
and it's not like a good and or bad. I mean, there were some scenes where you could obviously tell that it was green screen.
Yeah. I don't think that's necessarily eye roll. It didn't make my eyes roll. I would consider that more cheese than anything else. But eye rolliness is more on the way of like really bad punny jokes or something along those lines. Or just something really groan-inducing. I would consider those eye roll moments. So I'm giving this a solid 2 out of 6. Chris, what about you? What do you think?
I'm going higher. I'm going like 8 out of 10 on the eye roll because
some
inaccuracies will make my eyes roll, like being able to talk even though they have those things in their mouths while they're underwater.
I think that's pretty cheesy.
There's other cheese that we'll get to. But also a lot of dialogue Like they're walking through the market, and again he points out to his fiance, "Oh, ceramic not elephants." He goes, "Oh, ceramic horses. You love those." And she's like,
"Those?"
She says, "I do." She loves something so specific.
Oh yeah, I forgot I like ceramic horses. I can't believe you remembered like my fiance of however many years. I'm gonna marry you, and you remembered that I liked something. Oh no. Oh wow!
Yeah, so those get some eye rolls for me. Or he goes and finds the treasure by himself, and he takes this green emerald for himself, and he puts it in his shirt. And then no more than 3 minutes later in the movie, he goes looking for it when he wakes up in the hospital, and it flashes back to him grabbing the emerald jewel from the cave that we had just saw minutes earlier. And that's a good eye roll right there.
Oh, good eye roll also when he got attacked by the shark, and then he was like basically out of the hospital the next day, even though they made the shark attack seem really totally bad. Fine.
But hey, remember, there are no sharks in Venice.
So maybe I'll bring up my shark eye roll meter up to like I'm gonna change it to a 6.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because like that does make. I mean, this is kind of like.
You crunching the numbers over there, Bret?
I'm crunching numbers.
He's mathing.
The shark machine.
I'm trying to figure out what 2 out of 6 on a scale of 10 is. I made it hard on myself.
Don't ask me. I'm terrible.
A third of the way. So for me, I can do this. Jazmin, say something.
Say something. You're doing math right now.
So that's going to average out to about a 5.25 out of
10. All right.
Okay, so you just want to round it to a 5?
Get at me.
You just want to just make it 5.
Brutality. How brutal was this film? I'll leave this one off. I thought it was just okay. I thought it was just average in terms of brutality. Like there was
moments.
There was a couple of moments. I
mean, let's not forget the flashback to the.
Are we? Yeah,
it's in the movie.
It is in the movie. It has nothing to do with sharks, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, you've convinced me. I'm giving this.
I mean, a shark did blow up.
I'm giving this a 7 out of 10.
And,
the only way it could have been worse is if they showed like actual like disembowelment, which they did not do.
Well, I mean, they showed a lot of like blood in the water and like the shark.
What shark movie doesn't show blood in the water?
Biting his side. No, there was. His leg got bit off. Remember, it got bit clean off.
The leg like. No. Virus sharks is like no.
That's not a disembowelment.
In this one, he got
his leg is ripped off, and like you see it sinking to the bottom, and then he wakes up in hospital. So we don't know if it's a dream or not. Well, I guess it.
Oh yeah.
It was that other. It was one of the. It was one of the other. Well, it was a different guy that got his leg bit off.
We forgot to tell you, we hooked you up with a wooden foot.
No, guys.
That's why he ran so. Like that's why that explains his running scenes.
There was like 2 other people with him when he went diving.
Found the treasure.
It's because they got murdered. They got killed by the sharks.
And it's after he left the treasure. That's whenever you see the shark attack and the foot floating.
No. He actually gets. They actually get attacked on the way to the treasure. Both of his friends. They get
attacked again after.
Yeah.
Attacked on the way.
His friends. That was his friend's leg. That got because then he was like, I can't get out, and he's
the point is a leg gets ripped off.
That's also why he was able to outrun those guys so fast because without the leg, it's less weight you have to move.
Oh, there's a wonderful eye roll moment because he's in the hotel. The guys sneak in through the window. And he wakes up, and the hero of our movie runs out of the hotel and says, "He's got a gun!"
And he totally gets his ass kicked too in the hotel room. He gets his ass kicked too. He has that base, and he hits the guy, and then he just goes boo, boo.
And he just runs past people, like the guy at the front door of the hotel, like doesn't say anything, doesn't warn him. Like he does. He yells one time in the hallway, "Someone's got a gun," and then he's done warning people.
And
he's just
the police officer gets
looking out for
the security
one.
guard.
I like how the mafia had like a zip line too, but they won't buy more like shark exploders.
They spent all their budget on the zip line.
I guess so.
Shark.
They tried to make it kind of like spy.
That's the name of my punk band, by the way.
For some reason, in some instances, it seemed very like spy. They tried to make it more than what it was.
Brutality. What'd you say, Bret? 7 out of 10 is what you said.
That's what I said.
I'm gonna agree. 7 severed legs out of 10.
I'm gonna give it.
That's 14.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
14 out of 20.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
That's 20 out of 30.
Math.
That's 2/3.
66.6%.
So that gives it a 66.6%. My favorite percentage.
Oh, is that what I just said?
Awesome. That is what you said. Did you not do that on purpose? Cheesiness. Mr. Logan, please lead us off on this one.
There's definitely some cheese. Some of the eye roll stuff kind of doubles up on cheese, but I think the biggest cheesiness are those composite shots where they're clearly on the boat in front of a green screen and putting stock footage of Venice behind them. It's not convincing at all, but they all try to play it off.
It's the same video too.
It's super, yeah. And that's the other thing, like running down the same hallway over and over again, using that comp footage. I mean, they stretched the very small budget as far as they could, and it shows, and that means it's cheesy.
Jazmin?
I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, Chris, did you give it a score?
I'll go 8 out of 10. It's a little bit more cheese than brutality, so I have to go higher than my brutal score. So 8 out of 10.
I've decided to let the dice decide.
I feel like this movie, you definitely don't want to take it too seriously when you're watching it.
100%. I'm giving this a 6 out of 20. So approximately, let me do some math here.
6 out of 20?
Chris, you mind if I talk to you over here?
I thought we were doing it out of 10.
Yeah, what's up, Bret?
What is, how do you so you got like an 8 out of 10 and then a 7 out of 10. That
6 out of 20 is 3 out of 10.
Averages out to 7.5 out of 10. Now, if you add the 6 out of 20,
that's 3 out of 10.
It's 3 out of 10. What does that average out from 7.5? That's like a wait.
Hey Chris, are you good at math?
I am.
Oh shit.
5 point.
Add them together and divide them by the number of things you added up. That's all you gotta do.
That's 5.25.
Can you tell that we're related? That we're siblings?
Not rocket surgery. I can't.
Math is not our strong suits at all.
The square, subdivide by and solve for x.
Subdivide.
He's like Good Will Hunting over there with a whiteboard, trying to like calculate all these numbers.
Y equals mxb squared.
If you're not good at math, you should use a calculator instead of pen and paper.
Look, my teachers told me that I would never ever have a calculator on me in my adult life, and I would need to know how to do this via brain meat.
They did say that.
They do ingrain that when you're in math classes. They do make you write everything on paper. You have to learn how to.
I know a child, a current child, and I asked her. I said, "Do they still tell you that you need to know this stuff because you won't have a calculator on hand?" She said, "Yeah, they do say that." And I went, "Still, the liars."
How does every child not just chunk their cell phone at the teacher at the same time?
Psychopaths. I mean,
I never understood why do you need to know the process
unless you're
to get to the answer, as long as you get to the answer,
or like you're a mathematician or an engineer, or like I don't think even doctors need to know this. Like, right? Like,
well, hang on. I think the phrase that you want to have a calculator at all times is silly, but I do think math is important. I'm a big champion of math. It teaches you problem solving. You're solving for X all the time in life, even if it's not numbers.
X is the missing factor.
I will come over there, Chris Logan, to the crawl space. I will jam these fishtails down your mouth. I don't remember.
I will tutor you while you're here.
Did you know? Well, I had to take a test for a job once, and I had so After Dark Eye and Let's Die creator Taylor had to tutor me and teach me how to divide because I couldn't remember how to do it I couldn't remember how to divide on paper, right? Like you make the little square and you put the number in on one side. I could not remember how to fucking do that.
College.
So sad.
I had a general math class, and it was a summer class, so it was all online. And for the life of me, I could not figure out any of it. So shout out to Rocky, my best friend's husband. He literally took the class for me, and I tried to tell him to teach me, and he said, "I can't teach you." So he literally took the whole class for me.
You truly are brother and sister, just admitting these things.
You just admitted to cheating on a college class. So, but I'm a dropout, so like I got nothing to lose.
You know,
you admitted to not knowing how to divide numbers.
Yeah, well,
but this was like he's an engineer, and he could not teach me.
Look, math.
It was really like the weirdest.
I'm going on record. Mr. Logan, I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but we are a podcast enemy of math. Enemy to math everywhere. Put it on a shirt. Enemy of math.
I understand that math is needed,
but on the back, I'm putting friend of science. Friend of science, enemy of math. Because there's lots of science that you don't need math. Why does a fish flip-flop? You don't need math to tell me that the ratio to the circumference of the diaphragm of the geometric shapes of the divide the solve for y to why the fish flops. The fish flops because it's out of water. Put it back in. Be nice.
Okay.
It's in the phylum Magicarpidae. It's a Pokemon.
So I'm just going to say I'm marrying someone who's good at math.
So the eye roll is 5.25 out of 10. Brutality, 66.6%. And cheesy factor is approximately 12 out of 20. I gave up. Where does this go on the list?
So at the bottom of the list, you have those movies that barely qualify as movies. This is above that section. At the top of your list, you got a few movies that are like genuinely good AAA movies. This isn't quite there. So it's definitely in like the middle third of your list. It's got some genuinely funny moments. It's got some unintentionally funny moments.
I would agree with
all around entertaining, in my opinion. But again, not quite like theater worthy. So.
I don't think that it's above the 1999 movie that we watched last time.
That if it was above that one, it would be number 3 on the or be number 4 on the list overall, and that's just
well. I feel like they're both kind of like similar.
No,
in the way...
Shark Attack is a legit, good, solid movie. Like the acting was good. Not to say the acting in this one was bad. Hold on a second. Props to Shark in Venice. I didn't feel like the acting was particularly bad. I felt like maybe the writing was kind of off, and sometimes the plot was in the direction and scene coordination and stuff that was off here and there. But like, I thought everyone turned in a pretty solid performance, with the exception that we mentioned it earlier. Stephen Baldwin showed no emotion when his dad was missing or dead or whatever. Like, and then totally they dropped the ball and forgot the fact that he was looking for his dad the whole time.
We never knew what happened to his dad.
So yeah, like
they never confirmed.
Is Stephen Baldwin the least good actor in this movie?
Man, I mean, I think he's got like permanent duck face at all times.
I think.
Well, that's just. That's
I think you might think that because he was the most acting that you saw throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, you know what? It's not his fault. I'm gonna go on a limb here and say this movie.
He's got such a great raspy voice.
And that clothing.
Shark Attack, however, had Ernie Hudson in it. Who is Ernie Hudson? He's great. I mean, it has Casper Van Dien in it, and he plays Hollywood.
We all
hero
agree
man.
It's below Shark Attack. We all agree.
Yeah.
That was their whole point.
They're not. There's no comparison. The only comparison is that they had above sea level stars, right? Like, and in the case of Shark Attack, I feel like Casper Van Dien, at least for the time, was way up there. Like his star had not been higher up to that point because Starship Troopers, I think, had already come out. So
97.
Yeah. So at the time, that's A+ star power. It's not going above. Jazmin, you're the champion of the Reef. I thought the Reef was just okay. It's definitely not above House Shark for me. That's just no way in hell that's happening. I'm looking down at this part of the list around number 12, right? A comparable movie that has star power in it, but was not very well received by us, and that's Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. It had
I watched that one with you guys.
Yeah, it had oh gosh, I don't want to do no disrespect. What's this man's name?
It had good-looking guy with slick back hair. It had hot girl.
It had Urkel.
Quincy. No, it had Stephen Quincy in it. No, wait, no. That's Urkel's real name. It was Stephen Quincy. I'm so sorry. I said I don't want to do no disrespect, and then I did it. Jaleel White. Sorry about that. With apologies to Jaleel White. But yeah, and
I've got a soft spot for Shark in Venice. I would put it one above Crocs.
But... You would put it below Planet of the Sharks?
I would.
I don't know. I didn't watch that one with you guys, so I don't.
Jazmin, you said you would.
Yeah.
You said below Planet.
I can see it being below that, and then but like above Crocosaurus. But Crocosaurus did have a lot more action.
Yeah, but they also had some. having been employed by a power plant for nearly a decade, and they're like, wait, an arc flash. Just call the power plant, order them to do an arc flash. Keep in mind, an arc flash would disintegrate a human being, and then the guy at the power plant's like, oh, and then he runs to the control room and hits a button, and the whole like place just erupts in lightning. Just killed me. And then when Jaleel White's like magic shark radio frequency thing was literally a bird feeder that you could buy at the store that they just like painted a different color. That shit just cracks me the hell up. Planet of the Sharks, though, I'm kind of leaning with you, Jazmin, and Chris. I think I'm in agree. I think we're all in agreement here.
So, what does that make it? The new number 12?
That makes it the new number 12.
There we go.
Congratulations, nice. Shark in Venice or Sharks in Venice. No one's really sure. So the list goes as follows. Number 1, 47 meters down. Number 2, 47 meters down on cage. Number 3, six-headed shark attack. Number 4, shark attack, 1999. Number 5, the reef. Number 6, house shark. Number 7, Ouija shark. Number 8, sharktopus. Number 9, Santa Jaws. Number 10, Empire of the Sharks / Sharks of the Corn. By the way, Santa Jaws, comic book movie. Number 11, Planet of the Sharks. Number 12, Shark in Venice. Number 13, Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Number 14, Avalanche Sharks. Number 15, Jurassic Shark. Number 16, Ice Shark. There's a lot of sharks. And number 17, Virus Sharks.
Wow, we've watched 18 movies.
We've watched 18 movies on this show. I've seen more than that, but...
I mean, we've all seen more than that, but for this show specifically...
No. We've all... Chris Logan, have you seen more than 18 shark movies?
Shark movies?
Yes.
Specifically shark movies?
Specifically shark movies.
That's a pretty... I've probably seen at least 10. I don't know if I get to 18, though.
Jazmin, there's no way anyone in the world has seen more shark movies.
Me and you have seen 18 plus more because of Jaws and Mega and like all the other ones that we've seen.
I assume most people
Deep Blue Sea, which isn't on your list.
Yeah.
Jaws 4, The Revenge.
You got to save those heavy hitters, right? You got to spread those out.
I'm saying movies you've probably seen that aren't on the list.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I'm sure most people have probably seen those, but I would say most people probably haven't seen half the stuff that's already on the list. I'm just going to point that out there. But that's the shark movie tier list.
Baby. And now.
You did it. And now.
Are you ready?
And now.
Ready for a quiz. Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. Before we continue, Chris Logan, Santa Jaws is about a kid who makes a comic about Santa Jaws, and then it comes to life. Does that qualify as a comic book movie, or does it have to exist as a real-life physical comic book first?
For our show, comic has to come first.
But the comic comes first in the movie before the shark becomes real. Oh,
I'll watch the movie.
Really,
I won't necessarily do. You've already covered the movie. It's good. Your podcast covered it. We don't need to cover it.
It's like, no, it's fine. Anyways, we're going back to the quiz.
Hold on. I got one more question for our
Who are you to ask
questions
during my time?
Shut the fuck up.
As the
this is legitimate.
Person.
Does the Suicide Squad count as a shark movie?
Oh, that is a great question. You know, generally speaking, shark movies are about shark attacks, right?
Mm-hmm. King Shark attacks people.
So I was gonna say, is King Shark? They don't really get into his origin. Is he a shark? Is he a human that's mutated that looks like a shark? Is he a sentient shark? Does he count as a shark?
They don't say. I'm willing to give it a pass. Just for
it's also not the driving. The movie is not about King Shark. If he got a solo movie,
you're right. Mm-hmm. Maybe we need to watch those episodes of The Flash.
Is Finding Nemo a shark movie? It's got a shark in it.
Is the movie Shark Tale a shark movie?
Yes.
Will Smith is a fish.
Yeah.
It's about the connection between the fish and the shark, though.
Yeah.
It's about the fish and the shark's connection.
Oh, don't worry. Shark Tale is absolutely on the list. Don't you worry. Okay, moving on. Jazmin, do the damn thing.
Okay.
That fish that Will Smith plays is to teach the sharks a lesson.
That's right.
About keeping his wife's name.
No.
Let's move on.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're a pro Will Smith podcast here.
Oh no! I did not expect
we will not
that.
entertain. We will not entertain jokes about this. The man stood up.
Oh no!
We understand that nobody was in the right and nobody was in the wrong. It's fine. Wait, that's not. That wasn't right either. Never mind.
Let's move on.
Question number.
We love you, Will Smith. We'll have you on the show anytime.
What?
Same with you, Chris Rock.
Type of accident did the police say Frank's father died from?
Do we just buzz in with our names?
Just make a buzz sound or something.
Man.
Okay, Bret, what's the answer?
It was an archaeological dig accident.
Chris Logan.
But you're not gonna let him.
All right. He fell off the gondola. The propeller hit him. Is that what they say?
I'll give it to you. It was a propeller accident. I'll give it to you because you said the word propeller.
You're right.
The police used the excuse because they didn't want people to know that there were sharks in Venice, and they said that it was a propeller accident and that his father's body was not found.
And Stephen Baldwin's like, I've seen these wounds before. There's the shark attack.
That's another thing we didn't get into the movie. Like they come into the morgue and see these other people that were horribly mutilated that have nothing to do with your dad. Yeah,
there's some good brutality because this is like a pile of meat that they're looking at.
Oh boy, go ahead, Jazz.
All right, in this movie they talk about the siege of Antonia. In history, when was the Antonia destroyed and by who?
Oh fuck.
Okay, Bret.
1776.
Do you have a who?
The only significant thing to happen.
George Washington. No, wait. He was never in Europe. Benjamin Jones. No, the guy on
Kingsley.
The one on the $100 bill.
Okay. Is that
Benjamin
what's your
Franklin.
Answer, Chris?
Can you please repeat the question?
Can you please?
In this movie, they talk about the siege of Antonia. In history, when was the Antonia destroyed and by who?
In history, they talk about the siege of Antonia, and then Antonia.
They don't talk about
when. Can I pull the audience?
If you want to, go ahead.
Can we call a friend?
I will let you ask your wife if she knows the answer.
Go ask her right now.
I am not going to bother her with this.
Get up and leave and ask her.
What the hell is this, Chris? What are you asking me? I have no idea, so I'm just gonna say, who did it? You know,
the band.
Yes.
Is that where they've been the whole time?
Pete Townsend, John Entwistle, and Keith Moon are the ones that destroyed it.
Okay, obviously both of you are incorrect.
What?
No way.
Who was closest?
Neither one of you were close at all. The Antonia was destroyed in 70 AD by Titus's army during the siege of Jerusalem. Titus captured the fortress as a precursor to attacking the temple complex.
Great.
History.
Hilarious.
Comedy. That. Did you?
Did not see that coming. I did so much research.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
I've been trying to make my questions harder because Bret's questions are always hard and they're so obscure that I had to do something about it.
So you're telling me that this is
your fault.
Vengeance.
This is your fault. This is your fault.
This is. Oh,
my quizzes have become harder because of you.
Okay.
All right. Question number 3. If you were to go diving in the Venice canals like Frank
I'm not going to.
How deep do you think the canal would go? How many meters?
Ooh. How many meters? 4 meters.
Okay, Bret.
Man. Well, he buzzed first. So is he right or is he wrong? Or are we doing whoever's closest wins rules?
Whoever's closest.
47 meters. I can't resist the joke.
So I'm going to both give you points.
Way! Let's go, baby.
The average depth of the canals is 5 meters with a maximum depth of 50 meters.
Interesting.
I
feel like I get the better answer because I got the average, but yeah, we can both get points.
I'm
still winning.
I got close to the
also, that's kind of surprising that it's that deep.
I know, right?
I would not have expected that.
But if the average is only 5, it can't be very.
How the fuck did they build this city, by the way? Like, How do they not get? They built this city on rocks and
sharks.
Oh yeah, that too.
We all went in completely different directions.
Yeah, we're totally
hilarious jokes.
We would.
That was terrible.
I said rocks and mold, by the way, because it's water. Mold.
I said Venice Canals.
I said water and sharks.
I said
I think Jazmin wins that one.
Canal sex.
Woohoo! Do I get a point? Thanks.
You can be the co-host.
Jasmine gets a fucking point, even though she's not playing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Next question. Do it.
All right. Who did the treasure originally belong to, and what does their name translate to?
Oh, damn it.
You guys can do that. They said this multiple times in the movie, Bret.
No. The Templars. The Knights Templars.
Nope.
Shit.
I feel like it starts with a D.
No.
Hey, that's the way all my Tinder dates start.
I meant it starts with a E.
Come on, that's a funny joke.
I meant it starts with an F. Hang on.
Hold on, can we phone a friend?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna call my mom.
Okay, go ahead, call mom.
I'm going to. I'm calling her right now. You said I could phone a friend. I'm doing it.
All right. Chris Logan didn't want to call his wife, so I'll let Bret call our mom.
Okay, this has been good. Well, what's the question? Who's gonna ask the question when she answers?
No, I can't hear her. Oh, I can hear.
You can hear the ringing.
Hello.
Hello, mother.
She sounded so disappointed.
Hey, you're on that show that you're never on called Jawsbreakers, the scary funny shark show, the one you refuse to listen to. I am being quizzed by Jazmin. Jazmin, can you repeat the question?
And Mom, no cheating.
She can't hear you. Why do you think she can hear you? She's on the phone. She's not on the headphones.
We'll tell her not to cheat.
I'm not going to tell her not to cheat. She should just know not to cheat. But if she cheated for a baby boy, no one would blame her.
Who did the treasure originally
belong to?
And what does their name translate to?
What does their name translate to?
Oh my god.
Who does a treasure? What treasure? I didn't remember no shark movie with no treasure in it.
She didn't watch the last movie she didn't watch Shark in Venice with us.
This'll teach you. Make a guess, Mom.
If she can name all 3 founding members of the Who.
Tell her it's Italian.
Mom, can you name all 3 founding members of the Who and we'll give you a pass?
Yes. The Who, hold on, I gotta think.
You said yes.
She confidently said yes.
Do you saying yes also and then a long pause mean you're just Googling it?
No, I was sleeping and you interrupted me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom.
You woke Mom up. How could you?
This is my phone a friend. Make this good. Who?
First name.
Daughtery.
His last name is Daughtery.
Daughtery. Okay, Daughtery. And who else? 2 more?
The drummer.
Daughtery and the drummer.
Black hair. I forgot his name.
Slick black hair. She forgot his name, but she knows. And the last one?
The guitar player.
The guitar player. She nailed it. The drummer, the guitar player, and Daughtery. Thanks, Mom.
If Mom gets that point, then I get the point for the 3 Franks name with Mr.
All right. I mean, are you going to really go against our mother?
Jaws' mom is great. We all love her, but she does not get a point. That is
Mom doesn't
0 for 0.
Come on.
Naming the Who.
Okay, I will give you the answer now. The answer is the Medici family.
The Medicis.
And their name actually translates to doctors.
See, Medici. I said it was a D. I said D.
They disconnected.
Just because it has a D in it doesn't mean it's So for those of you who don't know, the Medici family was actually a very influential family.
Oh, this is real.
In Italy, yes. They actually helped build Florence, Italy up. They were a bunch of
Florence in the Machine?
No, Florence, Italy, the place.
But not the machine.
So I was a little bit confused on to why they used the Medici family name when they were not necessarily huge benefactors to Venice. They were mostly influenced in Florence. They did have some like banks and stuff in Venice, but Venice actually prospered much more by itself and kind of helped the Medici family stay afloat back in those days.
Fascinating.
Oh, she said Daltrey. I had to Google this to remind myself. She said Daltrey. I feel like she said Daughtery. but
I thought I heard Daughtry. Is
Roger Daughtry is the lead.
Oh, close.
And don't forget,
I only named 3 of them earlier. I actually left them out. But yeah,
I get a point.
But no, I don't think any of you are winning.
I have 2 points. I have 2 real points.
Yeah, me too. I have one.
No, fake. I have 1 point.
I have 2 fake points.
You're tied with the host at 1 point.
Yes.
Yeah, I have 1 point. So
how many more questions?
We're tied. There's one more. Last question. No, I didn't want to make a long one. How many gondolas or gondoliers are currently in the canals of Venice?
Go
ahead.
27.
No.
Man.
Bret?
I'm going to say approximately.
You can do approximately.
Approximately 10,011.
So, Chris, you were very low, and Bret, you were way too high.
Oh, well.
So I'm closer.
It's a big city. It's a big city.
Well, there used to be thousands of gondolas.
Gondolas.
However, in today's time, there are only approximately 400 licensed gondoliers.
There we go.
So wonderful. I don't know if there's a winner.
Do they each have their own boat?
Yes. So each person who is licensed has their own boat that they take care of, and they're like in charge of their boat.
Hey, that's a fun fact. Well, listen, I won. I don't know why you're trying to not give me props here. I got that one right. I was the closest. That's a point. That's 3 points for me.
Well, 27 is not close to 400.
It's closer than 10,000. Dude, well, I know math isn't your strong suit, but you should be able to calculate this.
Why is that? Yeah. Okay.
Even without that point, I was still winning going into this with 2 points.
He did have 2 points. He did have 2 points because he got the propeller accident, got question 1 right.
Okay, fine. Chris Logan, we officially announce ye the winner of the quiz.
Maybe when it comes time to reviewing our own actual movie, we can actually make Chris Logan the actual host of the whole thing, so he can rate our movie.
Yeah, so since we're talking about it, I feel like we should mention that that's not coming soon. No. I'm hoping to finish principal photography, which is a fancy way of saying finish filming next month. I'm hoping to finish wrapping up. And then hopefully over the course of the next 3 to 4 months after that, I'm hoping to have it completely edited. And that includes sound design and blah, blah, blah. And then we got to have our friend of the show, Omens, to cut the trailer and the credit. There's just a lot of work.
A lot of work.
My goal.
Principal photography. That's when you take a bunch of pictures of the guy that runs the school.
The principal, correct. Hey, that's an idea for a shark movie. Saved by the Bell.
You already have like 3 shark movies that we already have to plan out.
Well, I wake up in the morning and I'm starting to get moist because I'm not gonna make it on time.
School of Sharks. School of Sharks. There it is.
Hey, that's pretty good. Trademark. Also, what was the one I trademarked earlier? I don't remember. There's so many good.
Black Sea. I liked Red Blood and Blackwater, but
well, I mean, it's gonna say that in little like parentheses on the bottom.
Hey, my friend just had a baby. I just got pictures of a newborn baby on the phone.
Congratulations, right, Chris Logan's friend on your baby.
Yeah, friend of the show, Chris Logan's friend.
And when this baby grows up, I will show him this episode.
Yeah, the moment he came into existence.
This is what I was doing when baby Maddox was born.
Maddox.
Mm-hmm. A good name.
Mm-hmm. He's the baby shark.
He's mad, all right. Gosh, I wonder if I was the first one to make that joke. I hope so.
Well, that's it, guys.
That's guys. We did it. Thank you so much for listening. We love you. Chris, I guess you've served your sentence. Your tour of duty is over. I will release you back into your family at a neutral location, provided they show up. Do you think they will?
Yeah, I'm just going to make a run for it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Goodbye.
Yeah, he really he took the bucket of fishtails with him. He really got a taste for them. So it's interesting. So you can follow Chris to work, but you can also follow him on Best of the Rest. It's a great show.
BOTR Cast on Twitter.
Yeah, that one. BOTR Cast on Twitter and Instagram. and anywhere you find podcasts. Anywhere they're sold, you can buy them and put them in your earbulbs. It's a great show. Friend of the show, me, made a guest appearance on an upcoming episode, so be on the lookout for that. We watched a movie. I can't tell you what. It's a secret.
It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
I was just stretching.
He was being real weird. That was for those of you listening. He was just like rubbing his body.
Follow Jazmin home and follow her on Twitch at twitch.tv/meteordoll, and follow me at Breaker is Dead, and also our socials: Twitter Jaws_show, Instagram InstaPodDog. Links for everything in the description. And don't forget that thing we always say at the end of every show.
Hey, wait.
Whoa!
Hey. I had to run back.
Oh my God, he's back.
He's back. He ran screaming back. He said, "Hey, look at my floor."
I had to come back and give you guys a quiz real quick. What do you call? Okay, what do you call like a Barbie doll, but with muscles? What do you call it? And it's not a trick.
Does this have anything? Is this shark related?
A burly doll.
It's an action figure, right?
No.
All right.
You didn't even let me answer. I was totally gonna say that.
Yeah, sure she was. Sure.
But what do you call a doll with even more muscles? A meteor doll.
Because he's so meaty.
It's me. I'm gonna take that joke from you.
He did not pass the quiz.
All right, goodbye,
Jazmin. There he goes again. Gosh,
wait,
he's so
you
fast.
have to come back to do the last.
Fast.
The line.
By the way, we do. Jazmin, take that terrifying thing away from the screen, and don't forget to. Smile.
Oh, you son of a
bitch.
That's it.
How do I get home?
You take a left, then a
Where
right.
am I?
Go straight.
It's dark in here. Oh, hey, are you Chris Logan?
Geez,
a ride. I have money.
Oh, hey, are you Chris Logan? Oh my gosh, I'm such a huge fan. Hey. Don't talk to my other people down there, okay? Leave them alone. Oh, let me out, please, mister. No. You stay down there and shut up. No.
Follow me to freedom.
Okay, Chris Logan, I'm coming. Just grab onto your shorts here and then just lead us out. It's really dark. Why are your shorts so hairy? Look. Guys. That's enough.
What's happening?
The end.
Hey, don't forget, I'm down here too. No, we just can't do that.
That's it. That's the end. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Oh, hey, we still got to do that thing at the end of the after.
Yeah, no, I know, but we do that after we.
No, we do that after. Music. We did. We played the music. It's done.
Barely.
It has been played. God damn it! I swear to Christ.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Oh my God. I should have already had this brought up, so I apologize.
Do I need to do anything?
Yes, you do. You
have to stay here.
Beautiful. Jazmin, when is the next Jawsbreaker stream? Because this is when we do that. We always say that after the thing.
I don't know.
Great. Wonderful.
Look, everything's blurry except my face.
Fantastic.
Jazmin, what am I gonna do? It's been a long day, huh, Chris?
Just a floating head.
Just a floating head. I'm free almost every single Saturday in April. So
okay, so join us on a Saturday in April, apparently.
How about the 9th or the 23rd?
Nope.
What about the 23rd?
23rd is Community Day. I can do it. Let's do it. Jawsbreakers, April 23rd.
Zap. I'm going to put it on my calendar, so you should too.
Yeah, we need to tell. And then we have a guest.
Tell everybody.
We have a guest for said movie. One Andrew from Best of the Rest will be joining us to watch Sharktopus versus Werewolf.
I know that guy.
Yeah. Oh snap! I get to meet the other half of Best of the Rest.
I'm down here too, Chris. In the glass box.
Hey.
He's like, okay.
It's actually just the back of my. If I just turn around, the back of my head is Andrew's face.
Oh, is it like how Voldemort's head does that thing
exactly
in that
like
movie?
That.
Look at this cat.
Okay, cool.
Look at this cat on the screen.
I don't see a cat
on the screen.
No, everything is blown up to.
You don't see that cat?
There it is.
I see it now.
Right there.
See a caterpillar.
Little baby.
All right, let's watch this trailer. Give her.
Hey, Bret. There's no
Casper
sound.
Van Dien is back. Hell yeah.
Bret.
What the fuck do you want?
There's no sound.
Oh, you should have said
Ooh,
that.
Look how scarred up that shark is.
Yeah.
Always forget about.
It's not my fault. So it shares the sound, but then when you share like this portion of your screen, it takes away the sound. It's not my fault that Zoom sucks. Here we go.
There's something in that bay, Nita.
Casper Van Dien, baby. He's back already.
That creature you saw.
It was a shark. The big one with tentacles, maybe.
There's a lot going on here.
Did it look like this?
What is it?
Blood sharktopus? Dude, seriously, you don't have internet? The damn thing has a Twitter account.
He already followed me back.
You bring me the creatures.
Bring me.
Bring.
Off you go.
Okay.
Bring me the shark.
I can take you places, Mr. Rosa.
Catherine,
that you have never been.
Will it hurt?
I hope so.
What?
What is that? Oh, was she trying to like Frankenstein the shark?
What the hell is that?
What the?
What? Sharktopus and werewolf are destroying the city.
Did you just say werewolf?
You got a better name?
What is that face?
I'm really sorry. It's just that he wanted to taste a brunette.
It's no joke. Call the Navy, the President, maybe the Pope.
Maybe the
I'm against cruelty to animals.
I call this your office. This is where you do your business. Okay. You are going to be an outdoor cat.
What?
That was the greatest movie trailer I've ever seen.
I just saw a werewolf pee.
I've never seen a better movie trailer than that. New number one for our tier list, maybe? Like, maybe if the movie's half as good as that trailer, holy cow. First of all, Casper Van Dien returns already. I'm all about that. This movie is clearly embracing its wackiness, right?
It knows what it is. I love it.
It knows exactly what it is. We get the classic, like, for instance, we get the classic hot girl walking down the street, right? Like she's buxom and she's revealing and she's sexy, and then she like walks into some palm fronds and just smack her in the face. Very comedic.
The shark tentacles.
You get somebody getting slapped with a tentacle, like very Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on board. I'm so excited. I've never been more excited.
It's definitely gonna be
House Shark.
wacky.
I was so excited for House Shark. I think I'm more excited for this. I can't believe it.
It's gonna be wacky. It definitely reminds me of how the Sci-Fi Channel does all the Sharknado movies. So they definitely revel in that type of like sense.
I love bad movies that know they're bad and then they can poke at it in just the right way. And that trailer was a nice little sweet spot. So I hope the movie delivers.
And if you all want to watch it with us, please do. Saturday.
On that date at that time with that person. Bye.
Okay.